Lindsay has been tracking severe storms overnight. Reports of some minor damage in certain places. The biggest issue appears to be power outages right now.
Right. Yeah, just because a lot of this was related to straight line winds. And that was the kind of primary threat with these storms that came through during the overnight. Want to let everyone know that we are in the clear as of 6:17. Here we go this morning of any watches or warnings here locally. So this is the radar. We'll put it into motion over the past 4 hours. You can see that line of storms marching through the state. Again, the primary issue with that was the fact that we did have some very strong wind gusts embedded. And as far as the storm reports, we really didn't see many around the Indy Metro. We had a report up in Delaware County with some poles down at the intersection of County Road 650 East and 500 North. And then, of course, we showed you at the top of the show near Frankfort, we had some trees down in that location as well. Other than that, a lot of those storm reports have been contained to the northern tier of the state. And as far as what's out there right now, everything kind of winding down as this boundary continues to push to the south. We've got a few light rain showers down near Bloomington and Bedford. And that's about it for this morning. So we are going to see a nice little break from the stormy weather. The winds, though, they're going to stay strong. We have wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour throughout the state. Even stronger wind gusts up in the northern tier of the state. 31 miles per hour, your most recent wind gusts up in Kokomo. And this is where we still have this ongoing wind advisory across the northern tier of the state. That has been extended, will be in effect through 1 o'clock this afternoon. So a rather breezy day expected for everybody here locally. We're going to stay just below that advisory threshold here in the Indy Metro and surrounding counties in central Indiana. Temperature wise, we are not going to be as warm as yesterday. In fact, we broke a high temperature record yesterday in Indianapolis as we hit 77 briefly in the afternoon. The standing record was 75, so we shattered that. And we're not going to be anywhere near that today, but we will still be relatively mild, especially for this time of year, as temperatures hold steady here in the upper 50s this morning, recover back into the low 60s this afternoon, but more importantly, we get a break from that rainfall. Lots of dry time anticipated for today before a secondary round of storms sets back up. This is for tonight. Storm Prediction Center already watching the southern half of the state where you see this green and yellow highlight for the potential of some stronger storms later this evening as the actual center of low pressure comes through, brings a couple of rounds of fronts through that will initiate that line of storms. So we'll pause here, getting into the 3 o'clock hour. Notice that most of that activity stays at bay to our south, at least through the afternoon. Looking ahead at the 10 o'clock hour tonight, that's when some scattered storms start to redevelop, especially in the southern half of the state. And then we have that collision of air masses, which often produces these stronger storms. This is going to happen, unfortunately, right around the exact same time that the storms initiated earlier this morning. 1 o'clock in the morning, early Monday. This is the leading edge of that cold front. That's where the risk of some strong storms will be, with the primary threats overnight being once again damaging wind gusts. And can't rule out that potential of some isolated embedded tornadoes within the boundaries leading edge here. This is through 2 o'clock in the morning. Severe risks still going to continue throughout central Indiana, moving closer to Cincinnati by about 4 a.m. when 13 Sunrise comes back on the air Monday morning edition. And then eventually that severe threat comes to an end by 7 o'clock in the morning early Monday as some much cooler air takes back over on the backside of that frontal system. So we're talking a major shift as far as our temperatures go Monday. Looking ahead with numbers only in the 40s. In fact, we see the warmest part of the day on Monday early on, with numbers dropping through the day back through the 40s and then eventually into the 30s. So much colder as that rain system moves out on Monday. We'll go 45, partly cloudy Tuesday, 51 on Wednesday, 56 on Thursday before another round of falling temperatures, rain, and possibly a wintry mix next Friday.